Let me tell you something. If you go through life feeling like you're unattractive, or at least less attractive than other men in the world, you're going to be less confident than those men too. You're going to be far more insecure than those men as well. And you might end up being more annoying. You remember how black women used to call themselves queens, goddesses? You know how they call themselves bosses and boss chicks? They've been questioned on that, and they've been told that they've been pedestalizing themselves by doing that. But you know what that really is? It's called overcompensation. It's when a person feels insecure and they go overboard trying to make up for it. And that's what that is. Overcompensation, I think, is the motivator for weave as well. Where you throw morals out the window, dignity, decency, you have no shame, even though you're doing something shameful, and you commit to it. Overcompensation. You're doing something that you shouldn't do to make up for your sense of being less attractive, your sense of being less attractive. That's what this weave culture is all about. Y'all remember this article? The evolutionary psychologist at the London School of Economics said he had scientific evidence that black women were less attractive because they had higher levels of testosterone, which made them more masculine. Been a lot of articles over the years that have come out trying to explain why black women are not getting married, why they are the least attractive. You had these dating apps pulling up the information. And again, look at all the articles that have been surfaced where people talking about it. Why are black women less attractive? Ask Psychology, what is it, Today? You've already been targeted for decades. You can't get no lower than this. If all black women were to stop wearing weave and funding a lot of people who don't like them, that would be the best thing for them to do right now. That way, they're not dependent on other women's hair. And notice how they're also largely dependent on those other people's businesses that supply that hair. And these things cost up, one head of hair costs hundreds to thousands of dollars. They only wear it for 3-4 months. Then they got to get a new one. They've been going into different places, stealing weave. Endless number of videos of black women so desperate. It's like a drug addiction. So desperate for these other women's hair that they're willing to break into stores and steal them. Take them right off the rack. Why? Because they feel so ugly. This is their way of confirming what the world says about them, that they're the least desired. So black women decided to transform. You know how they cut off the hairstyle of different people and the face and bodies and mismatch them? That's what black women are doing with this weave culture. They trade their genes for other people's genes. We should always refer to hair as genes because that's what they are. It's genetic. It's a genetic component. See, hair minimizes it. No, you're wearing other people's genes. You're walking around other people's genes on you. And your head of hair, your complete head of hair, is the greatest display of your genes and of your DNA. It's the largest and most obvious. It's such a part of your genes. People see it every time they look at you. It's at the very top of your being. It's your halo, your crown. If you show shame about your genes, you're confirming everything everybody's ever said about you. But you know what I suspect? I suspect many black women, they wear this stuff. They wear other races of women's hair to look attractive to those other races of men. I don't think they do it for black men. Black men are the main ones saying that they don't like it. They want to look attractive in the eyes of those other men, that's one. And they want to feel attractive, most of all, in their own eyes, to themselves. So, you can't deny a sense of inferiority. It's irrefutable. They're living it out. And we all know no other group of women would do that. How can you project black women as being even equal to the women who proudly display their genes, their DNA? That's part of your culture. Do you understand that? Your hair, your grade of hair is part of your whole identity. And many times it's the only thing that separates you from other people. And it does. There are dark-skinned people with straight hair. So, I'm sorry. I'm really not. Let me take that back. I'm not sorry. For the years I've spent speaking against this, it's about principles and it's about mental health. Let's say all black women shaved their head and lost weight. And let's say non-black people still thought they were the least attractive group of women. Who cares? It only gets confirmed if they start covering their head of hair with other races of people's hair. Because understand, white men, Asian men, they can sell their own hair to black women as well. Their hair grows long just like their women's hair as well. And much of that weave might come from men. So what do we have here? These women literally trying to be non-black. That's the great, and understand, they'll wear that weave and then they'll wear this makeup to make themselves look lighter. What's going on here? Now that's a mental issue. These other women, these other races of women are natural women. There's value in that. No man, if you ask me, no man really wants an insecure woman. If he does, it's because he's sick and insecure and wants somebody to dominate, to manipulate. So I just wanted to follow up on my most recent video. Tariq pointed out that black women should go to Asia, directly to Asia, and get deals for weave. I strongly disagree with that. That's not what should be done. Look, they can do whatever they want. But if you're going to ask me what I think should be done as a black male, they need to go natural. For self-esteem reasons, political and economic reasons. Put it like this. The weave market has been going up every year. And it's projected to continue going up. Does that help black people? Does that help black women? Or does it hurt them? Does it work against them? It don't help them at all. and it does not enhance their looks. If you got a funny looking face, you're going to have a funny looking face, natural or with a weave. And that weave makes them look less attractive because their hair is designed to match their features, their bold features. So it looks like one of those things where they put a different head of hair on a person. You know how they do that? But here they did do that in real life. Don't tell me that they look good. No, they don't look good. Now, if you got a pretty face, you got a pretty face. With or without weave. So what's the point? Let me ask you this. Why isn't your own hair good enough? Because you're not good enough, right? To have your wife walking around feeling like she's genetically deficient, that's the worst type of wife to have. That view of herself is going to impact y'all's children in a bad way, in a negative way. That's what they're doing. That's what this weave culture does. It confirms their inferiority, and it's a confession that they feel like they have dysfunctional genes. And I just don't co-sign with that. And I would never have anything romantically to do with a black woman who wears weaves. It's a sad part of black culture. It's spread from the U.S. all over the world. That's why some of these lunatics feel so comfortable killing black women. Look at the disrespect over the years. Look at the image that they have. See, black men always cared about our image. We fought for it. It seems like they don't care. And I'm saying going back decades, there's been a number of articles written that have been published about how black women are the least attractive. Some of these articles go way back to 2010 and even sooner. Look at this. So if you wearing other people's hair, that make you look even worse. They'd at least have to give you some props if you appreciated your own hair like other women appreciate their own hair. It would be more difficult for them to call you ugly, for them to make articles like this. There is no shortage of media outlets that have done this. They have fun because they know it brings traffic. People love to hear about how y'all the ugliest group of women on the planet. So what you need to do now is take power from those people. Minimize anything that might validate what they're saying. That weave culture is the biggest part of it. There's no getting around that.